can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar. I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no,
Hey everybody, that's usually enough waiting for me right now. Okay, so we were right. The breakdown has come. Bad things are happening. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Just a little bit of a caveat here before I get started with the stream. I have some family stuff after you, so I need to pick up my sister at 8. I need to leave here at 8:30. So This stream is probably going to go up until that point around an hour and a half, just so you guys know it won't be like a 2 hour to 3 hour long stream. Maybe later on tonight I'll hop on as well, but just so you guys know, I have a time commitment thing at 8:30. So, nothing bad, but you know what I mean. So here's Bitcoin's hour chart. We've been watching all this stuff happen over the past few days, and you can see the price has been coming down quite a bit. What I did here for you guys today, though, is just for fun. I did a short, like a very small, basically this. I opened up another short position on Sol just about a few minutes ago or a few hours ago as it was breaking down. And I just opened up a position on BitGet for you guys so you guys could see from a percentage standpoint, not from a monetary, because I don't have much money in my BitGet account right now, how much money you can make while shorting some of these moves. Now, this move is like a 50x leverage play, so please, you're going to be only doing like 10x leverage play at the max for a while. But I wanted to just joke around with you guys because you guys know I told you guys if you guys would just open up a short position in a bear market and over time it'll make you some money. The first thing we did here, I think it was like a week ago now, 2 weeks ago, I told you guys I opened up this short position here, just a very small, very minuscule 2x1. I'm just using this to you guys so you guys can see how sometimes when you guys just buy and hold for the long term on the bear market side of things, it can still work out just like buying and holding for a while when you guys are hoping that things are going to go up, right? So eventually this will be changed to a reversal one. I'm going to have fun with this, and later on when Bitcoin, which I hope comes into contact with that 200 weekly moving average, what I'm going to do for fun is I'm just going to hit the reversal button, and then from there I'm going to see if I can just hit reverse and see what it turns up to be over the next few years. Okay, so we'll be watching this one for long term. And then the other one here, I did Sol a few minutes ago, 50x Sol. Again, a small amount of money. You can see I didn't make much profit here. My main money is all tied up in Sol puts, my Sol shorts on KuCoin here. But you can see I opened up this trade just a few minutes ago and it's already up 30%, or excuse me, 300% because it's a 50x position, which basically means since I bought this a little bit ago, it's gone down 6% or so, and you can see how 6% drop equals about 320% drop in, when you're trading with leverage. So this is why I'm trying to get you guys slowly in here, and you can see I opened the position right here, right as I saw Bitcoin starting to get a little bit more aggressive on the downward move, and I'll teach you guys how to do that later on another side. Maybe you guys just wanted to use something like this, right? Simple way of kind of visualizing the patterns here. And if you guys want to, let me actually just put this on the minute chart right now because we're just not having a good time here. If you guys want to vote on the poll question for today, which is, do you guys usually trade with patterns or do you use something else? And later on, I'm going to make a video kind of asking you guys what that might be, or maybe running another poll on the channel as a whole, because I am interested to see how you guys like to trade besides using patterns when it comes to like the swing trading and stuff like that. But I wasn't so specific about how I do this here. But as you guys can see, Bitcoin is just getting walloped right now, and I mean just freaking walloped. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out over the next few hours here. All right, so on the right-hand side of your screen, you have a Bitcoin 15-minute chart. On the left-hand side of your screen, a 1-second chart and a 1-minute chart we'll be having some fun with here as well. But guys, yowza. Look at some of these moves that we're looking at right now. While Bitcoin kind of cools off here on the second chart just a tad, one of the things that we're breaking down below, if you guys saw the video earlier, there's a reason I made that video really fast to try to get you guys really excited about what was going to happen here. Best to go over here very fast. So you guys know we've been looking at a lot of these Bitcoin charts and whatnot, but here's the Bitcoin weekly chart. Remember this? Now, yesterday we officially broke down below the 200 weekly moving exponential weekly, the 200 exponential weekly moving average. Okay, that was a big deal, and you can see that how big of a deal that is happening already, just because we had a little bit of a wick to start off the week like we normally do, like here, right? Not here. That was kind of interesting. But what do you call? And we're still coming down pretty hard. I believe the reason for this actual move down at this moment in time is actually the Nasdaq. Not the Nasdaq. Not that one. That's for a little bit later. There we go. Is the futures that opened up. The Dow futures are down 1%, S&P down 1.44, and the Nasdaq are down about 1.93, almost 2% down on futures before the market even opens up here. Okay, I think everybody is worried what Jerome Powell is going to say, and I think to a certain degree, just kind of my understanding from the people that I've talked to in Wall Street, there are people at the Fed that usually have friends outside the Fed and Wall Street, and they kind of let information kind of slide every now and again about any bad news that may be coming. And I think that's just kind of freaking people out a little bit more than normal. Not saying that he's going to do any big surprises out here besides the 50-point basis hike, but it is going to be really fun to watch this stuff go down. And this kind of, I mean, we've been talking about the famine kind of incoming for a while now. You know, we kind of all expected it to be coming, but I think the news is starting to pick up on it a little bit more than normal. And it said, food prices have been on the rise in the past few months, and export bans have followed. People are starting to ban the exportation of their food, which means, you know, America, we give a lot of our food to a lot of other countries out there. We, you know, export, we sell to corporations to make money. Well, it seems like other countries are saying, hey, we need to keep our food here. Got, you know, the other countries be damned that want our food. So this is going to be interesting as it plays out over the summer, as, you know, more and more people are looking for cheap food. And this, you know, I'm not going to go into the story too much, but this story really focuses on rice, and a large portion of the world eat rice with almost every meal. So I'm going to be very excited to see what happens over the next few months on this one as well. Food export bans or serious disruptions have included those from India, wheat, Ukraine, wheat, oats and sugar, among others, and Indonesia, palm oil. So this is going to be very interesting, guys. Wow, I'm celebrating how bad the world is, but we're making money as the world goes to crap and back. So short at the crappy moments of the world, long the good moments whenever that we start looking really good, right? In hindsight, you know, I don't mean to make light of how bad the world is right now, but you guys should be able to make money during a bad world and be happy about it, understanding that whenever the world corrects itself, then you can switch your shorts to longs and you'd be very, very happy. But, you know, the world going to crap shouldn't stop you from making money, in my opinion, right? If it did, oh my gosh, a lot of people would be losing money quite a bit, right? But one of the other things I wanted to let you guys know, we're breaking down below. I don't usually talk about the fib levels from a grandstand type of things here, but since we are breaking down below this 200 exponential moving average on the weekly chart, one thing I want you guys to understand here as well is, let me get rid of some of these other ones. We are also breaking down below the Fibonacci level from the 2015 lows to the 2021 highs here. That's what is happening right at this moment here. So you can see, this is with fib, just so you guys know in case you wanted to use this yourself. This is with fib levels based on log scale turned off, not on, okay? On, you'll see how everything kind of changes. None of those lines are there anymore. So if you turn it off, it'll show up that way. All right. We've had a few good bounces. A bounce came back up, didn't bounce again, got rejected. A bounce here, now we're holding the support right here. So this exact level, since I used the magnet tool, guys, and this is with a Bitcoin to US dollar chart, just so you guys know. This level of support right here, excuse me, $25,693. $25,693. That is less than $100 away from where we are currently. All right, and the low for today is actually $25,589. So what? Yeah, we've actually already come down below that so far today. We'll see if we manage to hold this over the next few days, but this is that big level, I think, besides that 200 exponential weekly moving average, that's going to be a pain in our butt. So if I go over here to the 5-minute chart, oh, no, have we tapped on it yet? No? Okay, yeah. We barely came down below it right here. We're trying to hold it, but, geez, you know, there's just too much bad stuff happening right now. But we're trying to hold it. So that's something pretty interesting I thought you guys might want to know. I was just talking with Wojak about that in the Discord channel, okay? So it's going to be interesting to watch how this plays out. We tapped on it once, held for like maybe 5 minutes, and now it looks like we're trying to get pushed down here. So it'll be interesting to see how all this pans out. Here's the 1-minute chart. You can see how we're trying to get back above it, find a little bit of support. It's not really working out so well for us at this moment in time, however. But okay, let's get back over to the main Bitcoin chart. Let's get that rolling. You can see we're still kind of coming down here bit by bit, but that's what little bit of a stop was here. I don't think we're going to go down to 14,500, but according to that single Fibonacci chart, our next Fibonacci level for support, if we were to break down and only use those Fibonacci levels, would be at that $14,000 level. Doesn't seem likely, but I just want you guys to understand that, okay? All right, so let me zoom out a little bit. Hope you guys are doing well. Sorry, got caught up in the technical analysis here. Hey, Ellen Time, happy to see you back. Hey, Joni. Hey, Nico. Hey, Ramses, Kenny, Haram, and there we go. Hey, Moonshine Fuel. And what's right here? Everybody's excited. There we go. And hey, Ramsey, anybody holding the Dogecoins? There's a lot of people still holding Doge coming in. Still a lot of people. A lot of people are just waiting for the next bull run, or they started buying up in anticipation of that bull run. But right now, Dogecoin's at about 6 cents or something like that. Yeah, not too bad. And there we go. There's a hidden Fibonacci level there. I can't draw it on the Bitcoin and the Tether charts up here because these charts, for whatever reason, don't go back to 2015. Only the Coinbase or the Binance ones that are Bitcoin to US dollar go back that far, which is kind of annoying. I wish they would just have that, just have the charts they're waiting for. So we'll see how that support affects this current price over here. Probably best. Now let's just kind of chill out and wait it out a little bit here. All right, and then let me move over here very fast. Going into this week, everybody, we know that Bitcoin's been following the NASDAQ for a while. If we have any hope of just not going down, crashing and burning this week, regardless of what Jerome Powell says and all that good stuff, we're going to need to hold the support from last week of 11,492 and 29 cents. The good thing about all this breaking down that we've done over the past few days here, Thursday and Friday, we still didn't break down below the lows of last week. So we still have an opportunity to consolidate here for a little bit of time and then maybe eventually make a move and bounce back up. I think especially since if I put the 200 EMA around here, we're very, very close to the 200 exponential moving average on the weekly charts here for the NASDAQ. If I go over here to the weekly chart as well, you can see we don't look too good, but at least we have an opportunity to try to hold these levels here. And then if things get really bad, of course, over the next month or two, or let's just say summer, then we have an opportunity of breaking down below the 200 exponential, which is fine. But the big thing here is we don't want to break down below the 200 weekly for obvious reasons that we've talked about numerous times on the show, right? But that's going to be the big thing here. Let's just hope that we're kind of at the end of the cycle here for Bitcoin and the NASDAQ, and we can kind of keep on moving back up here. Because if not, then we got to worry about Bitcoin going well down below the 200 weekly moving average, which at this time still seems like a sturdy level of support. Now, I know I say that, but most YouTubers say that we're going to, most YouTubers said 40,000 was the level of support. I think they said like 30,000 was the level of support. We've been kind of consistent talking about it being that 200 weekly moving average for the past 5-6 months here. But I want you guys to understand this because maybe other YouTubers will start saying it in the future. Beware if the economy really does get that bad, where maybe, just maybe, it doesn't happen. It has never happened really. But we want to be very careful that Bitcoin does not go down too far sustained below that 200 weekly moving average. That would only occur if Jerome Powell is unable to control inflation going over through the summer. Right? If he's able to fix everything without getting us into a recession, we're golden. If he can't, there will be some more pain for Bitcoin that makes us go well down below that 200 weekly moving average, okay? And I don't know why this chart is so short compared to the US dollar ones. All right. And that would bring us well down below the current 22,000 price target here for Bitcoin. Kind of more of a COVID effect where we kind of just went down a little bit heavier. But I think what would happen in that case would be, that's the 50, where's the 20 at? Oh, all the way at the bottom, there we go. Do we need the Fibonacci level right here, right now? No, we don't. Because if that was the case, we might have our first death cross where the 20-week moving average crosses below the 100. I think that'll be a very clear indication if a bad market could be coming for us, where things get much worse than anybody is anticipating. But regardless, I'm still going to be buying at those levels, just kind of a little ticked off that the bottom really wasn't the historical norm. But that's why I told you guys I have a chunk of cash waiting just in case that happens. And if it doesn't happen, I'll buy on the 200 weekly exponential moving average breakout that would happen probably a few weeks to a few months after we kind of consolidate after running into the 200 weekly moving average, okay? Now, that one other little caveat I was telling you guys about here with the 20-week moving average crossing down below the 200, it's never happened, right? So the 200 only goes back this far, of course, but 2015, it got close. 2015 got really close. 2018 crash got really close. COVID didn't get close at all because the move was just so freaking fast. And then over here, we're not even close yet, but I want to see how the next few weeks go because according to this one, we wouldn't even really, let me just draw a fake line here to see what might happen. Let's get the magnet off. If we just kind of follow that same trajectory, I know we're going faster and faster than normal. So, what are the last 20 candles here? Yeah, last 20 candles. Every week we add another low candle and take away one of these higher candles. This should actually start to accelerate coming down a little bit faster here pretty soon. But let's just say for just for a test here, that might not happen until the end of the year. And I think by then we'll have a pretty good grasp if Jerome Powell really has the ability to control inflation. Because right now, if you go to CNBC or whatever, they're going to say the Federal Reserve will raise rate hikes in the week ahead. But what Chair Powell says may matter the most. And I think that's important because the whole market assumes that this guy is going to be, where's his face? Where's his face? There's his face. Everybody assumes he's going to raise this month's rate hike by 50 basis points, right? I want him to go to 75 this week, raise it by 75 basis points. The next month, say 75 basis points minimum, or 50, just can say 50 minimum, but there's an opportunity for us to go to 75 or even 100 basis points rise. It will freak out the market. We will have a temporary crash. However, I think inflation will be managed a lot better, and people won't have this longer term problem that we're dealing with. Because right now, he's trying to slowly stop inflation. It's like he has a rope tied to an elephant and he's trying to slow it down, and he's just not. He needs to freaking pull out the tractor, give it a hard tug, make the elephant go, "Arr!" And then it might be painful. It might be not fun to watch, but after that, everybody's happy, everybody's calm, and then you give the elephant some treats by reducing the rates, and then the elephant starts walking again, but just slowly for that normal 2% inflation that we're used to having here, at least in the United States of America, right? Hope you like that analogy or that metaphor. I don't even know. But everybody's going to be watching to see if he raises those interest rates, because the economy still is kind of strong here as far as the jobs market, not anything else. The jobs market's really strong. And then with the inflation still going up higher, I don't think he has a choice. If he doesn't say that he's raising it more than 50 basis points, at least for the next time we have the meeting, people are going to be like, this guy should be recalled. We need to have some new blood in here. And I think you would see bipartisan calls for that on Congress. Unless they want to just pass the buck on him and watch him fail miserably. But I don't think Democrats really want that to be the case right now, because they're up for re-election in November. Yeah, right? So a lot of fun stuff's happening, guys, right? I live for this type of drama in the stock and crypto markets because it's just kind of fun to enjoy watching all of your plans pan out here, right? Doesn't happen every single time, but usually in a bear market, these breakdowns can be very, very, very brutal here. All right, let's go back to that 1 minute chart. What's going on? And happy to see everybody. Please make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already, or just like the video. And guys, make sure you guys vote in the poll. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say there. And hey, Discount Killer, happy to see you back. And hey, Ken as well. And hey, D's, what's going on here? Make sure I'm not missing anything. And hey, Slick Doodle, I like the new name. And it's right here. Make sure I'm not missing anything important. Okay, there we go. And hey, Hiram. Hey, Michael, there's a video called The Tragic Story of the Dogecoin Millionaire. Have you seen it? I have not seen that yet. That'd be interesting. I'm surprised more people didn't sell Dogecoin when they bought it so low. They didn't sell at the higher prices. Even I sold half of my Dogecoin at 50 cents. Not at the top, but when you look at the graph, it was pretty close to the top, right? And so, I'm always surprised by people trying to hold on to currencies way too long during a normal cycle here. But I guess, with the SNL skit, everybody was just waiting in anticipation. And then if you didn't have a stop loss, you just got shellacked. It was very dramatic there. What's going on right here? Let's see. And hey, Arena, should I sell Shiba at a loss or hold? Bought it at point? Okay, I don't know that number because Shiba is very, very small. It really depends on what your plan is for it. For me, when I buy long-term positions, I know it's going to be a little bit of red in the water for a while, but eventually I think it's going to work out fine. If that's your type of strategy, stick with it. Not financial advice, of course, but if for whatever reason you just don't like that play, or you'd rather spend that money somewhere else and use it on a dip for another coin, you can definitely do that as well if Shiba is not what you think it might be in the next few years, right? So if you have a change of heart on it, you could always sell and put that money into a STMX, a Dogelon Mars, an Ethereum Classic, a Compound if you want to go with the Robinhood play, right? That's what you could do there for it. But it's really up to you about how you want to structure that process going forward. It's okay if you change your mind mid-trade, so to speak. But just make sure that the next time you do something like that, you have a solid plan as far as where your stop loss is, so you don't become a bag holder if you're not going to be a long-term investor in the coin, right? It just kind of protects you from those these type of moves that you're seeing now, frankly, right? And what's right here? And hey, Phyllis, Mike, in your opinion, will crypto prices fall this week? Yeah, my main reason for that here is I expect Jerome Powell to have to be more bullish or hawkish on inflation. We have just broken down below a big major level of resistance, both the 200 exponential moving averages on the weekly, and we're about to break down, hopefully this week, below the big Fibonacci level, going from the lows of 2015 all the way to the highs of 2021. We haven't broken down that before. We also broke down below that Ganfeng level that we have never broken down below since 2015. So we've broken down below a lot of big levels of support all within 1 week. And I think that's why yesterday, before the end of the weekly candle close, you saw shorts really pushing us down further and further, further. And then once we closed, they let off the accelerator, so to speak, let us buy up a little bit more, and they continue to tank us to what you guys see right now here. Now, one thing that'll be interesting going into this week, everybody, one thing I'm pretty darn excited about, oh, well, not excited about, but it can lead us to have some, how can I move this thing? There we go. It can have us have a more of a wild week here. I think currently the market is pricing in the fact that Jerome Powell will have to do more than 50 point hike either this month or during the next Federal Reserve meeting. I think that's what's happening right now. However, if he just says no, we're not going to raise interest rates more than 50 basis points for the next two rate hikes, I think you will actually see the market have a boost. And that's the one thing I'm worried about as far as all of my short positions or my put positions in the market, okay? That's the thing I'm really worried about. Because so far, Jerome Powell has been doing. If I was to grade Jerome Powell with dealing with inflation right now, it would probably be anywhere from an F plus to a D minus. He just has not been doing very well. He waited too long to address it. He thought it was transitory for way too long. And I don't know what data he was looking at, but it was pretty clear from most economists that I saw on CNBC and Fox Business, you know, a lot of people seem to think it was not transitory. The only people that thought it was transitory were the heads of like the talking heads on CNBC and Fox, no, not Fox Business so much, but CNBC and Bloomberg. They were really saying it's transitory, transitory, transitory. But I think they were just reiterating what they were hearing from economists, not their own personal beliefs, right? So that's going to be interesting going forward here as well. I don't know what he's going to do, but I really hope he can pull out the 100-point basis hike rhetoric here to really, show the market that he has a bazooka and he's willing to use it if it means that it will help curb inflation and start bringing it down a lot faster. Americans are still buying even with these higher prices. Not as much, but they're still buying, and we still have the supply chain issues because they haven't been really improving stuff at the rate I think they should have. So you guys remember, it was a while ago now, but back like October, November, we passed like a multi-trillion-dollar package for infrastructure in America. And I don't know what they've been doing because I haven't really been seeing any of this improvement that they've been talking about. I'm not saying it's fraud or they're doing it illegal, but it just doesn't seem like they feel an urgency to actually address the problems that we're facing. It could just be a bureaucracy issue. I don't know, but I thought that they understood that this was actually like a big problem, and I think they're very slowly just walking through all of this stuff when they need to at least be what was that Malcolm in the Middle show? Speed walking at least, if not jogging. They don't have to run because that's where things get really bad, but at least speed walk to show that you actually care about these problems. And so far, they're not doing it, too much here, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah. And then one last thing here before I address some of you guys' questions and talk with you guys a little bit more here. My big thing I think I'm going to be pushing this summer here on this channel is understanding how to trade patterns. I'm still working on that like 4-hour tutorial video that I'm going to give you guys. It's a work in progress. I don't have as much time as I thought I would have to kind of work on it every single day, but I don't want to charge people to like use it. So I don't want to charge you guys to watch the video or get all the stuff. I just want to making sure it's free, so it's going to take a little bit more time. So just bear with me on that one. But patterns are incredibly crucial for you guys that want to trade some of these larger moves in the market, especially during a bear market. Very much so in a bull market where everybody and their mom is going long on these coins, right? So what I mean by that here is if I can just move my leg down. I got so many wires here. This is freaking insane. There we go. My my whole desk is automated. It's mechanical, so it can go up and down all around and do some really fun stuff. Way too much money, but when you have money to waste, you tend to waste it. Okay, so just so we have a little bit of a clear understanding of what's going on here. So, over the last few, actually, we can say about a year now, can't we? Let's get a magnet right here. Right here. Breakdown, huge short opportunity. Breakdown, huge short opportunity. Breakdown, huge short opportunity. Okay. And so I think I'm going to make a huge push this summer to really help you guys learn as much as I can. And that includes for the members that pay like the $5, $1.99 or $25 a month. I think if I make a video and you guys have a question, you know how you can address people's comments like on TikTok, and you can just like say, hey, I want to make a video responding to this comment. I might have something like that, but of course you won't see it in the comment section. But if somebody has an individual question about a pattern, I will try to answer to the best of my ability. And the title of the video, it's not going to be mostly for views. It's just going to be the question that you ask in a very, maybe a simplified version, if that makes sense. So if I can imagine somebody typing that question onto YouTube or the Google search or YouTube search, what would they be asking to find the answer? That's what I'll be doing for you guys as well, I think, here pretty soon. But guys, first breakdown right here. And you guys will remember that actually Ethereum broke down one day before Bitcoin, telling us that this breakdown was coming, and we actually got a little bit of an advance notice on this one. We rode the 200 for a little bit of time, and you'll notice here the next breakdown that occurred actually was this one right here, off of a shoulder, head, and shoulder. Broke down right here, comes down, tests it back up again, then gets rejected. I think I have a few images up here on the screen, but where's the head and shoulders right here? If I can find it. I'm not too good at this type of stuff here. Oh, there it is in the middle of your chart. Okay, hold on a second here, guys. See that one, number 3? You see how it says after the 6th point, it comes back up and gets rejected? Happened right there. Or if they wanted to, they could even say that this was the actual breakdown point right here as well. But I like to believe it's wick to wick right there. And that was another pattern that came up. And then, of course, we had the patterns right here. We had the false breakout there that was pretty fun to trade. But then, of course, guys, these bigger moves will net you a lot more money once you guys understand how to use leverage. And that's why right now I'm working on a leverage video to kind of introduce you to it into a very slow manner of trading, because I want you guys to dip your feet into leverage, but I don't want you guys to go sprinting full ahead, because that's how you guys lose a lot of money. My goal is to really teach you guys how to methodically kind of plan this stuff out. And that's why I did that fun trade for you guys. Again, just a fun trade a few minutes ago before I started the stream, because I wanted to show you guys, once you guys become good enough to use 50x leverage like me, or if you really want to be a crazy maniac, sometimes I do 125x leverage, not much capital going into those, but they're really fun returns. Then you can see how, the 2x leverage position we did about a week ago or so, I said, hey, just open up a short and just leave it. You can see it's already at 14%, kind of a long-term grinding thing. But guess what? There's a lot of people right now whose portfolios are not up 14%. They're down whatever Bitcoin is down over the past week, right? Or they're down about 7% because it's a 2x leverage. And then we got the SOL play right here. 50x SOL. I took this right before, maybe 15 to 20 minutes before the stream. I just saw that we were breaking down, so I just wanted to buy it up here. I have a larger position on KuCoin here, but it's not actually a 50x, it's a 20x, so not nearly as much profit, but of course more money being made, if that makes sense. But right here, just from a few minutes ago, what do you call it? Up 320%. Let's just say, let's call it 315%. That's what you're looking for there once you guys start using leverage. But of course, you guys will not be going to 50x leverage unless you guys are freaking wild, which I don't really recommend. But you can see right here, I took the short on Bitcoin right here. Oh no, this is Bitcoin here. Is Bitcoin getting slammed right now? For some reason on BitGet it showed a little bit more an aggressive move down. No, not too much here. Maybe just on this particular trading platform. But then we have, Gala's up a little bit. That's something I would want to short here pretty soon. Heads up for you guys if you want to find something to short or practice shorting with BitGet's paper trading. That'll be one to practice trading with. C98, what the heck is that? It's new, but it's falling like a rock like everything else. Where's it at? Where's SOL at? I hate not doing this. Oh, there it is. Okay. So you can see I just took the short. This is the daily chart right here, not even at the beginning of the day. And I'm still up quite a bit, whatever the 296%. See, it went down below 300. That means Bitcoin took a little bit of a breather, or Sol took a little bit of a breather here. So, just some fun stuff you guys will learn over the summer. I'm pretty excited about it. It's been taking me forever to do that tutorial, but I want it to be a good one. And then I also have to record everything as well, because it's going to be more of a PowerPoint presentation. I feel like most people just do better in PowerPoint. It might not be as exciting as some of the other tutorials on YouTube that kind of have all the visualizations and stuff like that. But from a practical standpoint, I think you guys will actually retain all that information a lot better, because it seems to me, from what I've been watching and talking to people about on YouTube, people go on YouTube, they watch a tutorial, they don't really understand how to apply what they've learned in that video to real life trading, and their emotions take control. And my goal is going to be to try to help you guys as much as possible, really take that next step up, so to speak, right? All right, let's move that back here. Let's go there. And one last thing here, guys, I forgot to tell you guys this as well. From RSI standpoint, we are getting very low here, so I don't think we're going to be having a major... We could be having multiple bad grinding days. I'm a little bit hesitant to say we're going to have some type of mega crash coming from Bitcoin. That's like 15 to 20% crash in one day type of thing. I don't think we're looking at something like that. But I do think a 3%, 4% day-to-day kind of nasty grind move, I think that will have an effect. And we're already seeing Bitcoin's down 3.5% right now. You're already seeing AXS down 8%, Gala down 5%, Link down 5%, Bitcoin Cash down 3%, Crow down 5%, Dot down 5%, Elon, Dogelon Mars down 7%, Engine down 7%, EOS down 5%, ApeCoin down 5%, and stuff like that, right? Luna's up 3%. That could be fun, but be very, very careful with that one. And on the weekly chart here, we got a little bit of a breather, and just like last time, we might be able just to have one little dip, and then we might be looking at a little bit more of a rebound. I think that rebound that would come, though, for a nice, strong buying opportunity for you guys, if you guys wanted to kind of make that type of trade here, it would be... Oh, there we go. I think it would be off of the 200 weekly moving average for Bitcoin, or I think more reasonably at this point, kind of how Bitcoin's been moving with the market, I think it would actually occur if the NASDAQ were to break tap on the 200 weekly moving average. Because every time it taps, guys, every single time, well, in recent history, it's tapped and bounced. And this has been like multiple weeks, hundreds of days bounce. This one was a little bit shorter than the dot-com bubble, but at least it bounced. And I think that's where you might see a lot of people getting really excited about Bitcoin again. And we'll have to watch that closely. But as soon as we have some bearish news coming on, or some type of bearish pattern kind of showing itself off there, I will keep my longs in, but I may be trading that bounce for a swing trade, and that's why I'm going to sell some of those assets off for a good profit, right? Because before that, way back over here in 1990s, we didn't bounce off of the 200, but it just doesn't, the market doesn't look nearly as nice as it did, like it does now, right? Not nearly as nice. And if you kind of just go back in historical context here as well, we've had a massive run-up. We want to see that run-up continue, and we don't want to see a flat-out big dot-com bubble type crash here. I don't think we're really due for that, just because companies are making so much money. But if inflation does get out of control, you will see us come down below it a little bit. Probably not even down to the COVID lows, but we should be coming down quite a bit as people really do panic, and it will have the vibes of the 2008 recession where people were really freaking out. Oh my God, there's no floor to this, there's no floor. If any of you guys, again, want to go watch some stuff, just go over to... let me move this stuff over here. And just go to, not 2008 hits, didn't know there was such a thing, financial crisis. And what do you call it? Not this one. Probably just type in CNBC. Where's it at? Okay, it's going to be hard to find. But basically, you can go back in there, you could see what it looked like at the time. I think they have Erin Burnett. I think she's on CNN now. But back in the day, she used to work for CNBC, and she was just talking about how everything was crashing and everything was going crazy. It's a really fun video to kind of see how bad everything was, and you may actually see some parallels here if things do get that bad this time. I don't think it's going to be a financial crisis. I think it'll just be an inflation crisis where people get really ticked off, and you may have some riots and stuff like that. But we're used to riots at this point, guys. Right? Maybe because I used to live in Seattle. I'm used to the big riots that we have on the streets and stuff like that. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Um, I forgot how long I've been talking with that picture on there. Well, that'll do the trick, guys. My bad. Um, did I show you guys anything important? Oh, no. All I was doing was going through this little list here. Oh, here it is. Stock market crash of 2008. This is from CNBC. You can just see how everything was going down and down and down. And basically, this was that thing. It's from a guy named Danny Cheek. It's a fun watch if any of you guys want to do it. That's basically what I was just talking about here. Anything else, really? The NASDAQ that we talked about, we just don't want to fall down below the yellow line. We've talked about that a few times here, so my bad about that, guys. Right now, Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a boost, which is kind of nice to see, for the short term here. And let's see right here. And what's right here? Boop. And there we go. Wait for it. There you go. And hey, Moonshine Fuel, that's what I'm doing. Slow buying, floor, who knows? Guys, if remember, guys, if you zoom out on crypto right now, if we just kind of look at where we are at this stage, this is the good buying time that you're not going to have for. I mean, it'll be here for probably a few months, but it's not going to be something that's incredibly. A couple years from now, people are going to be really mad that they didn't buy at these levels. That's the kind of concept I'm going for. Or if you guys are just looking to trade the simple cycle here, again, kind of probably the best to go over to this chart specifically. Let me get that 200 EMA over here. Historically speaking, probably best to see if I can zoom out on this one. Let's get the RSI out of there. Kind of grow this a little bit. Let's shred this out a little bit. Let's drink that down a little bit. And there you go. You guys can see that we're pretty much, let me move it over a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. We're kind of towards the end of this cycle here. We normally find a strong level of support around the 200 exponential and 200 weekly moving averages. Over here it was really nice in 2015, 2014, 2018, similar story. 2020, similar story, except for we broke down below it a little bit more because of COVID. I don't think we're going to have another COVID this year. I hope. Monkeypox seems to be a thing, though. And then coming over now, we zoom in kind of to like the last few years. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. It's almost over. We're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. That's kind of a good way to look at things right now. But just kind of, whenever you're kind of worried about buying right now, just kind of look back historically and think about people thought the same thing over here. They thought the same thing over here. And they even thought the same thing way over here back in 2014, 2015. The pain that you guys will feel, though, is you guys will not find the bottom. You guys will not time the bottom as much as we all want to. So you guys just have to buy within this nice little buying zone and hold for long enough where the market has a strong recovery. Also with the caveat that if the NASDAQ goes down below its 200 weekly moving average, you may for the first time see Bitcoin do the same. However, if that is the case, I would still be holding the prices, the coins that I bought over here, and just allocating more funds for a dip down to maybe the $16,000 range and so forth, or maybe as bad as the $14,500 levels. But that's only from, multi-monthly Fibonacci levels that we're currently breaking down below right now. So this is what the fib levels based off of log scale turned off. You can see we're currently breaking down below that Fibonacci level right here after a little bit of a support from it over the past few days, months. But that next level of support, guys, is right over here, and that's at 14,793. 14,793. Hopefully we don't come down that low. But if we did have a really bad time and things were really out of control, and again, inflation was not under control, then maybe we come down that low. But let's kind of keep that on the back burner until we actually break down and we find out inflation's not under control by the Federal Reserve. Okay. And then one more thing here. Sometimes people like to try to time it with a 50-month moving average. It hasn't really worked out so much. It worked out in 2014, 2015, but it didn't really work out here in 2018, which makes me have a little bit more reservations about trying to use it as a level of support. But in case you guys are, that level of support currently is at 21,426, 21,426, and 77 cents. All right. And let's go to the 5-minute chart here very fast. Let's put auto. You can see we tapped on it once, and that's all it took to break back down. We're kind of on a nice little groove, a nice little downward trend at this moment in time here. And one last thing here. We don't do this too often, but if you wanted to, since this one kind of works out perfectly, if you wanted to turn the fib levels based on long scale on, that level of support that we're looking at here is actually at 16. Oh, let me just do the actual number. 16,531. If you wanted to use that, I think this is actually going to be a reliable level of support for us. If we do break down, I think we might have a pretty nice bounce off of that. But we're nowhere close to $16,000 right now, so kind of just keeping it on the back burner, everybody. Just so you guys are understanding. And before everybody freaks out, remember, I'm still of the belief right now that the 200 weekly moving average is a solid level of support for everybody that wants to be buying crypto. I just want people to understand, though, since we are close to a recession and there's a chance that the Federal Reserve does not control inflation enough to calm the markets down, there's an opportunity that Bitcoin may experience its first American recession, leading it to break below the normal levels, probably causing a little bit of panic, and you may start to see people really freak out during that time frame. The way you can kind of gauge to see if we're going to break down below the 200 weekly moving average for Bitcoin is to look at the NASDAQ and see what happens if we come into contact with the 200 weekly moving average here as well. All right, we're just a few percent off. The NASDAQ is currently 8% away, or $973 away from the 200 weekly moving average. And just one more time here, the last two times we broke down below this, it was a big deal. 2008 financial crisis, .com bubble. All right. So far, I don't think we're going to be in that bad of a spot, but I'm putting a lot of my faith, and I think you guys are as well. You guys are as well. If we're buying on the 200 weekly moving average, we're putting a lot of faith in the hands of Jerome Powell. A lot of faith in the Federal Reserve to get this right and slow us down without putting us into a full-blown recession, which is likely at this point, but I'm still choosing to believe that the Federal Reserve can try to fix this in some type of fiscally responsible way. Hopefully we just stop printing as much money out there. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm hoping we can slow down the money train we've been kind of doing so far this last few years. There we go. And we're calming down a little bit here, guys. We're calming down a tad. Found low bit of support, kind of like we did back over here. We'll wait to see if we have another big drop. But this new daily candle's been open for about 2.5 hours. And so far we have Bitcoin down 3.5%, Dogecoin down 3.5%, Ethereum down 5.5%. And if you guys remember, we talked about shorting Ethereum once it broke down below the support right here. It's still doing wonders for us. So in case you guys took that short, good job. Next time, just wait for another support level, because I still have Ethereum shorts right here. I'm even sure, I think Babyfish even has shorts still from here as well, after we broke down below the Fibonacci support level, and we broke down below this flag here. And again, I'm not going to leave it up here again for too long for you guys, but you guys remember, look there towards the bottom, or top right-hand corner, now, comes down, flags, comes down, or you could even think about it as a rising wedge here if you wanted to. That one right there in the corner. But I choose to believe it was more of a flag here personally, just because the wedge wasn't wedgy enough. All right. But yeah. So guys, get used to trading those patterns. That's where you make a lot of money. If you guys just had, like, what do we have on BitGet? A 2x leverage position. Just a 2x leverage. You bought the breakdown. Currently, you'd be up 100% for just holding for about 42 days. That's not bad. Right? Now, of course, if you had 5x leverage, 10x leverage, more than that, you'd be even happier. But think about how much money you normally put on a trade, and think of that money going up 50% with a 1x leverage trade, double that for a 2x leverage trade, and then 5x it for 5 or 10x if you wanted to do 10x in the future. That's how much money you could be earning if you guys just understand the basics of patterns. And once you buy the position or open up the short selling position or the long position, whatever it may be, you guys just have to kind of patiently wait and let your stop loss hit. If it hits, it's over. You're fine. You only lost a little bit of money. Or if it works out, which normally happens in the crypto markets with these larger swings, that's where you guys can be making the big money here. And let's just take a quick look around here. ADA is currently sitting at a Fibonacci level of support. Let me get the 200 out of there. There we go. So ADA is at a crucial level of support, actually breaking down below the Fibonacci level here. Yeah. Actually, for ADA, though, we still have higher lows. So let's keep a track of that over the next few days here. We still have higher lows. I'll be watching that one pretty clearly. Ethereum Classic breaking down, but don't know what the heck that was. Probably best to do this. Yeah. Again, this is a weekly chart, but ADA is breaking down below its pattern right here. And guess what? This could be a good opportunity as well. But we do have a little bit of Fibonacci level of support right here at $14.46. I'll be interested to see if we can actually bounce off of that. I'd be actually pretty happy with that as well here. And let me actually magnet. We're breaking down below it this week. All right. XRP broke down a few weeks ago. Just kind of giving you guys some pointers here. Dollar index opening up, guys, again. And we're still going up. Hopefully, if you want to see Bitcoin find a bottom soon, we might be hoping that, I know it's not really feasible to have really too many patterns on a dollar index chart, but just to say, it would be optimistic if we could try to form some type of double top pattern right here, and then eventually come down and break down below this neckline. You know, completing the double top pattern and having us kind of like, highlighter, there we go. Cruising on, there we go, and then we crash, and then that could be the start of a bullish cycle with Bitcoin. Not all-time high, boom, 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 we're all millionaires in a month or something like that. But it could start a cycle of us kind of calming back down and then making a move back up here. And that'd be great with inflation. The problem is we're about to raise interest rates again. And probably even more the next cycle. So we could easily just keep on going up here. Which will be unfortunate. STMX breaking down here. Sheeb already broke down a while ago. I mean, Sheeb's breakdown was way back here. And that was a beautiful thing to short. FTM broke down here as well. Matic broke down here as well. Matic broke down a lot of times though. Matic was a very good thing to trade this year so far. Last year, excuse me. Litecoin. I don't know what this support is. It's not actually meant to do anything here. I'll put that down there for now. Matic support broke down below the Fibonacci level right here. Or no, that's just a green line. Never mind. Broke down right there. AXS. This is too old. Oh, this was made on the daily chart, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, I'll adjust the technicals to match the weekly. Broke down below support a few different times here with the Fibonacci levels. Interestingly, though, Gala was a great pump and dump. I wish I still had some shorts on this one. I sold my shorts right around here. I did not before see it coming down this far, this fast. But yeah, there it is. Link, we talked about shorting this one right there, of course, and you can see it just broke down below support this week. We'll see if it manages to hold or not, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to want to hold with the Federal Reserve raising interest rate hikes. But that short opportunity right there was beautiful. What is this? Bitcoin Cash. Oh, that was the little trade that we had over there. For like you can see the short, that move right there, not much. Crow breaking down. So everything right now is on the verge of breaking down or breaking down right now, everybody. So just keep that in mind. I'm not seeing anything really holding support levels at this point. ApeCoin still has a support level, but ApeCoin is a big pump and dump right now. Be careful if you're jumping into this. I think it kind of reminds me of what we saw just a few minutes ago with Gala. Huge pump, big dump incoming. So just be careful with that as well. ICP reaching all-time lows here. I'm really excited about this one. We've talked about this before. Whenever ICP reaches all-time lows, once it finds its bottom after a few days, it has massive returns. So from here to here, that's 54%. 54%. It's really funny if you guys like to leverage. From here to here, after it found a low, it went up 199%. Over here, from this all-time low, it went up 105%. You know, over here, the last one I promised for ICP, going up to 60%. You know, over and over again, this really does give you some good rebound plays here. And, you know, it's currently at $5.64. Remember, this sucker was, you know, it used to be up here at $249. It went up to like $1,000 maybe way back in the day when it was getting pumped during altcoin season. We won't go into Luna because Luna is something else. Mana, this is the weekly chart for Mana, coming down pretty hard. It's about to have a death cross here. I really fear for Mana right now. It could go all the way down to like 50, 40 cents there. Sand. We don't need to have this one right now. We already broke down below those lows. Higher lows, we broke down right there. If you guys can see that flag. I don't know if you guys can, but basically like that. Except for it's really a trend line that goes right there. And this was the breakdown, and then now we're coming back down. So, you know, there's not really much stuff, and here's Sol as well breaking down. There's really not much stuff that's going to make you excited about buying in the short term. But in the long term, you guys should be salivating because we're really close to the end of this cycle here. And most of these coins, you know, it used to be up here at $249. It went up to $1,000 maybe way back in the day when it was getting pumped during altcoin season. We won't go into Luna because Luna is something else. Mana, this is the weekly chart for Mana, coming down pretty hard. It's about to have a death cross here. I really fear for Mana right now. It could go all the way down to like 50, 40 cents there. Sand. We don't need to have this one right now. We already broke down below those lows. Higher lows, we broke down right there. they trade off of what Bitcoin does. So they follow Bitcoin. So whenever Bitcoin finds its bottom, hopefully around that 200 weekly moving average, that's when you guys can start buying more heavily if you wanted to. Some of the altcoins that you probably had your eye on for the past few months, kind of waiting for a big drop. XLM broke down a while ago. Oh, I was like having a death cross here. That's interesting. Sushi, same thing as well. We don't need all those type of things on the chart. Broke down here a few days ago or a week ago or so, and so forth here. So a lot of this stuff is really nice to see. Hope you guys will, start learning about more patterns in the market. It's the difference between making a full-time living off of this and then making a few bucks here or there buying on supports and stuff like that. Okay, back over here. Back to Bitcoin. How's she looking? Calming down a little bit. There we go. It's nice to have a little bit of a calmer market in Bitcoin after a little bit of a move down. Let's see. And hey, Jim Bob, happy to see you back right there. Um, what's right here? And hey, and G, it's hard to put any trust in this administration, maybe impossible. Okay, from an economic standpoint, yes, yes, yes. I totally get what you're saying. I still have to believe that they can become better than what they currently are because without them, we have nobody left, right? We don't have another presidential election until 2024. We have to hope that Biden can get the job done. He can work with the Federal Reserve and implement some type of policy that really helps curb inflation. Hasn't been doing so well so far, I grant you, but I have to believe that he can try to do better here, and that would help the market out as well. I just at this point, yeah, it doesn't seem like he's up to the task right now. But maybe Janet Yellen is because she has a lot of experience in these things. But she was yelling transitory like everybody else, unfortunately. So, and hey, Big Tex, when in doubt, zoom out. Exactly, we just said that a few minutes ago. And hey, Fitz, happy to see you back, my man. How will AMC look in the following weeks? AMC will probably be going down like the majority of the market here over the next few weeks. If you wanted to trade it, I would actually stick to day trading that one because it's going to be such a high volatility type of play there. Let's see. And hey, Moonshine, actually I bought some more ICP today as well if it goes low, I buy more. I think ICP will have a very, very good day in the future because what happens normally once Bitcoin kind of finds its footing, that's when you start to see all the people that have been loading up on shorts on ICP, they all start to close those shorts, creating one massive short squeeze each and every time, and that's a really fun thing to trade. It's almost like easy money, but you just have to wait and time it with Bitcoin's bottom somewhat. You don't have to find the bottom, but you have to be close, right? Let's see. And hey, Scott Killer. Mike, what is the pros, cons of buying Tesla shares before the coming split? I wouldn't buy Tesla before the split. I would frankly just wait until after it occurs just because we're still not sure how the market's going to react to the Federal Reserve right now. Even if Tesla has a little bit of a pump afterwards, it'll come down very, very fast. I was watching Amazon actually during its split to see if Tesla was going to do anything better. Amazon barely had a pump. It just dropped like a rock. So me being me, I'm going to assume that Tesla's going to do the same thing if the market conditions are still as bad as they currently are, especially with Jerome Powell possibly going more than 50 basis points over the next two cycles here, or the next two meetings, okay? But I'm hoping for something better than that. I'm hopeful, but, Amazon tried. It shellacked. And how's Dogecoin going to be? Dogecoin at this pace is probably going to hit around 4 cents. I don't think anything lower than that unless Bitcoin goes to all-time lows as well. But for now, I don't think Dogecoin's going to... I think Dogecoin has a possibility of going like a buying zone of anywhere between 4 and 5 cents is a buying zone for me for Dogecoin if I wanted to buy some right now or, in the next few weeks. Let's see. And hey, Matt, what time has that report come out tomorrow? There is no report. We had the CPI report on Friday. The interest rate hike meeting that the Federal Reserve is going to do with Jerome Powell. That's coming Wednesday afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be live during that, and I'll have Jerome Powell answering questions and stuff like that, and them talking about it on CNBC, so we can kind of get a good idea of what they're looking at. And then I'll give you guys my thoughts about what I'm looking for here as far as did they do the right thing? Were they too soft on inflation? Were they too hard on inflation? That type of stuff. My gut feeling is they're going to be too soft. But I'm hopeful that he can just wise up and say, hey, jobs market is still pretty stable. It's still really solid. let's go more than 50 basis points. Let's go to 75 or even 100 and just rip the Band-Aid off, get it over with, and let's keep on moving along with our lives because, frankly, guys, inflation is just not looking too good. I'm hopeful, not hopeful, but I believe later on this month or next month, Biden is going to Saudi Arabia to try to get them to increase their oil production. That could help curb inflation quite a bit if the price to transfer goods from China to the ports, from the ports to the warehouses, from the warehouses to the stores, if that whole, if the gas is cheaper, all of that transportation cost will go down, which will help the margins of businesses, which will mean that when they have their earnings in the next, third quarter, fourth quarter, they can say, hey, margins are getting much better. We can raise our guidance. We made more money than expected, and you can see a lot of big booms. But that, those big booms probably wouldn't be happening until quarter three earnings, if they're able to fix it this summer. So if we look at oil prices very fast, while Bitcoin's still kind of chilling out here. Here's the weekly chart. I really hate that thing. We can see we're still going up pretty consistently. We had a little bit of a dip back here. We're seeing a little teeny bit of a dip so far today, about 1.24%, not much. But we're trying to cool off because once summer starts here, I don't know if you guys have family or kids in your family that have that the school ends pretty soon. My sister in school, she was a private school though, but she's done with school next Thursday. So after that, guess what? We're going on a few family road trips that I'm paying for gas on, and I'm going to be, using up a lot of gas and stuff like that, high demand. I think you're going to see a lot of families do that as well because they still want to get out. This is the first summer without COVID restrictions, at least here in Washington. It was horrible. So I think you're going to see gas prices go up more and more as demand continues to increase. The goal here for the Biden administration and the Saudi Arabia and all the other oil-producing countries like Russia, are they going to be producing more oil? And I'm talking about millions, they preferably like tens of millions of barrels more every single day. That's the only thing that could really help this crisis right now. Russia is not even part of the equation because they suck for invading Ukraine, and OPEC kind of is giving Biden the middle finger every time he tries to call them. Like a few months ago, Biden was trying to call them and they wouldn't even pick up the phone. That's the biggest diss you can do, right? So we're going to have to keep a close eye on how Biden does with the Saudi Arabian government. And I think he was supposed to go this month, but there was a lot of negative information or a lot of negative press around him meeting, what's that guy's name? The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. Because Biden said he wanted to make him a pariah and that he would never, treat him the same on the world stage. But now he has to go over there and ask for them to raise more oil. Stuff that people say in the election cycles or whatever, campaigns, it can always bite them in the butt, especially when they win and they have to actually honor everything they said, which is always weird because they're supposed to honor everything they said. But like here, Biden, OPEC. Oh, not Peach, OPEC. We don't need to worry about OPEC Plus, but we'll talk about this a little bit later. Forbes. I don't want to listen to Forbes. Middle East Eye, New York Times. Let's see. There you go. Politico, New York Times. I don't know. OPEC Plus agrees to pump more oil ahead of possible Biden Middle East trip. There we go. The problem here with them doing oil. There you go. So instead of raising it by 400,000 like they said they were going to do, like they had planned to do, they're raising it up 648,000 barrels a day. Remember, in order to make a dent, we need to have millions of barrels increase per day. Millions of barrels. So it's going to be good, but it's not going to be as good as you would hope it would be. And that's really the big problem. That's what's going to cause a lot of issues there. I think he needs to get them to at least do a 1 million barrels per day and then try to strong arm the oil industry in America or court them, whatever. He needs to find a way to reach a deal with them so they will pump more oil here as well. And then we possibly in America might need to build 1 or 2 more refineries, which we just spent trillions of dollars on infrastructure. We could allocate some of those funds to building a couple of refineries. I think the problem is people don't want to see refineries because green energy and such, and where you're going to put them, all that type of stuff. Protests go on for green people. You know how it'll be. And Biden's a frankly Democratic president. He's going to try to be more pro-environmentalism, which is going to be a little bit anti-energy, which is kind of going to lead to more pain anyway. But there's going to be a fine line walked by Biden. We got to just hope that he doesn't fall off, right? That's what we got to hope for here. And there we go. Bitcoin's continuing to get hit down here pretty low, guys. We're not finding a bottom anytime soon, it looks like. Bitcoin's actually down 4% in the last 3 hours. That's pretty fast compared to normal. Anything else really down compared to everything else, though? Let me get over here. If you guys haven't already, I just made a new Twitter account just specifically for this channel. It's just called Michael W. Crypto. Follow me if you want to. I post some funny stuff on there, and I give you guys some fun things like this. My friend Rob, he has a channel called Digital Asset News, and he just said, "Let me see how my portfolio is doing." And I told him, if you're shorting everything, everything is green right now. In which, in fact, for me, everything is green right now. So if you want to follow me, awesome. If not, don't worry. It's just Twitter. But what do you call it? CoinMarketCap.com here very fast. Once it wants to load, I'm getting a drink of water then. Okay, this next one better work faster. Okay, yeah, fine. Google, I don't know what's the matter with you sometimes. Actually, everything is a tad bit slower because I just upgraded to Windows 11. I regret doing it. Doing it. But here we go. In the last 24 hours, we have Bitcoin down 7%, Ethereum down 8%, BNB down 7%, Binance down up. That's the point. We don't care about that. XRP only down 3.5%, ADA down 10%, Solana down 10%, Dogecoin down 7%. Oh, Dogecoin's not down that much at all. But the big thing I want you guys to be aware of right now is this: the biggest losers year to date here. A lot of them are going to surprise you. FTM, we've been talking about this one quite a bit because we shorted it down after it took a little bit of time to break down after everything else did. FTM year to date is down 91.82%. CVX year to date is down 90%. Harmony, we all talked about Harmony, had a good boom, down 89%. Gala, down 88%. CRV, 87%. AXS, 85%. AVEX, 85%. Sand, 85%. GRT, 85%. Solana down 83%, right? So you'd be surprised how many coins have lost a lot of value. And that's why when I first started telling you guys about the weekly death crosses and stuff and how bad things were going to get, I especially told you guys no altcoin is going to be safe from this kind of carnage. And, there are some stuff that's gone up in this time, but the chances of us getting those coins right is just astronomically, we have to have pure luck on our side for that one. And for those coins that are up year to date, let's talk about them, right? True, that's a stable coin. Okay, Gemini, that's a stable coin. Pax, up 1.62% year to date, and Leo is up 42% year to date. Out of the top 100, that's it. All right. Now just wait a second to go to page number 2. This will be a lot faster. YRX token year to date up 200%. Then we got 36%. Everything else is down. If we go all the way to the bottom here, Terra. Oh man. Terra Classic, it's down 99.09%. Tragedy. Rose is down 90% and so forth here, right? Even Telecoin's down 87% year to date. So we're almost done, guys. We're almost done with all the pain, all the anguish. I bet if you guys go on Twitter right now, you guys will see the extreme greed or extreme fear and greed chart thing. It's broken. We're at maybe 8, probably out of a scale of 8 to 100. 0 being pure freak out mode, 100 being pure greed mode. We're really close to reaching the bottom of that fear greed index there. And there we go. I trade off of the feeling emotional people are emotion. What? I love watching emotional people freak out about Bitcoin. One of the people that I watch a lot on Twitter because he's usually wrong, but he has a massive following, and I want to build up my Twitter base only for brand deals for the channel. 500 million have been liquidated from the crypto market just past 24 hours. I think that's a million. Yeah, let's just say that's million. Um, but here, oh, Celsius has paused all withdrawals. We are writing a. This is something interesting happening here as well. I'll come back to that in a second here. But what's that one guy's name? Crypto over there. You go. I was talking about him. May 29th bottom signal. No, it's June now. See, the stuff this guy says, it irks me, but he keeps on making stuff up, and people keep on buying it. There's 800 people that liked this tweet, and it irks me so much. And I want to beat this guy at Twitter so I can actually give good advice. Now, here's the one thing I wanted to just discuss very fast. Celsius community. We are writing with a very important message for our community. Due to extreme market conditions, today we are announcing that Celsius is pausing all withdrawals, swap, and transfers between accounts. We are taking this into action today to put Celsius in a better position to honor over time its withdrawal obligations. Acting in the interest of our community is our top priority. In service of that commitment and to adhere to our risk management framework, we have activated a clause in our terms of use that will allow for this process to take place. Celsius has valuable assets, and we are working diligently to meet our obligations. Wow. Dude, this is a freaking panic type of thing. I'd be ticked off. So hold on a second here. Can I just go to their website, their main website, not on the blog? Let's see. Well, actually, let me just. Dude, Windows 11, don't get it, people. It does not work for me for some reason. I do not know why. Okay, once you have two tabs open, it's like twice the power, so it works. So, 1.7 million people call Celsius their home for crypto. Lending, best crypto platform. I don't know if it's the best crypto platform after this. People are not able to withdraw their money. That is absolutely insane. Let me go back over here to Digital Asset News. If you guys don't follow his YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. He's a really great guy. Let's see. It's right here. Yeah, I think they're trying to stop a bank run here. Which coin is Celsius? Actually, let me go to Coin Market. There you go. It's down 50%. While Bitcoin's chilling over here, let's just go over to sell very fast. I'll have to add that I should have shorted this one. Oh God, dude, the passion, how much I hate Windows 11 right now. All right, Celsius token USD. Can we find one with Binance? No, that's CeeLo. Okay, let's go to FTX. I use them every now and again too. Look at this. Just a few minutes ago, it was sitting at 35 cents. It dropped all the way down here to 9 cents, guys. My gosh. Well, be careful, guys. I mean, no, I don't think many exchanges are going to have this problem, but I think in the long term, this is not somewhere where you guys want to park your money. When was this memo just released? 49 minutes ago, but it should have, if I go back over here, it should have like a little thing that says how long ago it was actually published. Okay, forget me opening up new tabs. Apparently that's just not going to work anymore here. Or better yet, let's just go to their TikTok or Twitter. Oh, no, I don't want to tweet it. Well, I will tweet it. Never mind. I'll just tweet it. Back over here. Get out of that. Community. Twitter. There you go. 227,000 followers. Lots of retweets going on, of course. I just want to read some of the comments here. People need to follow my tweets more closely. This guy was correct. I don't know his name. Gorilla Pool? Yes. Hopefully, now everybody's saying I told you to. Oh, man. Yeah. They are going to get hammered, guys. Just freaking hammered here. Everybody's just pissed off. I mean, I can't blame them. Remember, if you guys go to the website, it says 1.7 million people call Celsius their home for crypto. That means 1.7 million people are not able to withdraw their crypto or transfer it between wallets. This is really big news, guys. I'm not really like a type of guy, as you guys know, but hear me when I say this is actually really bad. This is going to cause a little more of a panic over the next few weeks here. And I don't, because eventually, when market conditions get better, whatever, they are going to allow people to remove their products. Everybody is going to remove everything they have at once. And that is going to cause another problem, because what you might have happen is either they're going to transfer their assets to other wallets, first of all, leading this company to crash, basically. Or what they're going to do is they're going to, people are going to just sell all of their assets, tanking the market again, and then just trying to get their money out any way they can. I wonder if there's going to be a lawsuit about this as well here. I want to understand how bad this is going to get over the next few weeks. Because, if they're going to keep your money technically with your consent because you signed legal mumbo jumbo in the fine print, I don't know how individual courts around the world are going to actually keep this in place, right? Maybe in America we hold it. Maybe Canada says, no, you got to release the money. It'll be very interesting to see how that happens, because there's going to be a panic on this right now. This means there's like a lot of, I don't know how much money is on Celsius, but there's going to be a full-on panic. We'll keep track of this, everybody. Just a little bit here. Here's Bitcoin in the 15-minute chart. We'll just put the 5-minute chart here for a little bit so we can kind of keep track of it. I kind of want to watch Celsius for a little bit of time. This is a 1-minute chart just to see how this plays out, because this is this could turn into be the next Luna way before Sol does, if Sol is able to fix up its problems as well. Dude, this is the wildest bear market I've ever seen. It's like all these corporations that pay people tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars to just do all this work, right? Nobody has ever decided to say, hey, let's zoom out on Bitcoin very fast and let's see what normally happens during these market cycles. How we normally go up quite a bit and then we crash a lot. I don't know why people think that Bitcoin always has to be going up like it's the freaking stock market. It's not. It's something more volatile, more fun, and better. You have to. I feel like I need to be a consultant and charge like $500 an hour to these companies and say, hey, here's how much reasonable leverage you can actually accept if you guys want to open up this type of account or whatever it may be, because this is where the market cycle says we're going to be coming back down next, right? And I feel like you guys understand this cycle, maybe because I've been telling you guys about it for months and months and months now, but is it that hard to believe that Bitcoin will come back down to the 200 weekly moving average after it's done it every single bull market we've had? Bull market, skyrocket. Bear market, come back down to the 200 weekly moving average. I am always going to be stunned about how stupid corporations can be. And I used to be a corporate rat type of guy. I wouldn't say rat, but I used to be a full-on corporate guy working downtown Seattle. And I just don't see how I feel like they're all coders and techies, but not one of them understands how to do proper technical analysis, which will always make me laugh because, this doesn't even require that much technical analysis. This just makes you look at a chart, you have to zoom out and you're like, cool. We're heading back down here most likely. Like we did here, like we did here, like we did here. Right? Man. Okay. Forget all that spiel I just gave you guys a little bit ago. It's just bad and it's disappointing to see corporations, which I want to see corporations in the crypto field do great things, because it'll propel crypto even higher and that'll make us have all-time highs that much quicker. But the fact that they're still messing up at this late stage in the game in 2022 after years of crypto being on the market, it just always is a stunner to me. And two things, guys. We talked about breaking down below the 8-to-1 gain fan level last week. Turns out it worked out pretty well. And then over here as well, things have been working out since we broke down below the support level over here as well. Sorry, my dog is over here. Hey, boy. Hello. Let me go back over here though, back to the Celsius very fast, because I just want to see how that one performs, and we'll have Bitcoin on the right side of your screen in case any of you guys have any questions. Come on, over here. There you go. I don't want you stepping on wires. Okay, well, let me just go here very fast while I kind of wait that one out. So, and there you go. FTX, there we go. Okay. Back to the 1 minute chart. A little bit of a cool down right here. Alrighty. Yeah, hey, come on. Sorry, dog is over here. I don't want him messing with the wires. You know how Loki is, guys. Hey, Loki. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go. All right. This is Loki. You guys can barely see him. Come into the frame. There you go. He went on a date with 4 girl dogs today, and he had a blast. He air humped the air for a while. Yeah. Okay, you want a treat? Yeah. Okay, go play. Yeah. There you go. Okay. But yeah, everybody. This is gonna be big news. I want to see how this coin does here over the next few days. But I think it would be kind of fun to probably once this recovers a little bit, maybe put $100 down. No, let's just say $50 down for 100x. No, it would probably lock me off about 20. A 20x leverage short on this bad boy, and I'd be willing to lose about 500% of the position to see if I can get this thing down like Luna did, down to like pennies and like less than a penny is what I'm talking about here. Kind of how we all. I shorted Luna from like $104, and by the end of it, I sold the rest of it off like at a really small level because I figured that all the exchanges were starting to ban trading it. But I want to see if I can do something similar with this, except for I wasn't able to short up here. I might be shorting somewhere around here. But until that happens, this is big. This is big news, everybody. This is very, very big news. And thanks for subscribing and liking the channel, everybody. And if you guys haven't already, make sure to vote. I'm really interested to see how you guys trade. Feel free to comment down how you guys trade here as well. And hey, conscientious investing. Sorry, I can't pronounce that word. Conscious, yeah, whatever. And investing. What broker do I use to trade and short? I have all the links down below for the companies that I use to go long and short. They're going to be BitGet and KuCoin. They both sponsor the channel right here. The other one's Femex, I believe, as well. I also use Binance US. But my favorite for new traders is going to be BitGet. And that's primarily because they have a paper trading system built into their platform, which means as you guys are learning how to trade patterns and stuff like that, you guys will be able to practice with fake money and not risk your own real money, which, for new traders, new traders lose money until they get it, and then they can start putting more capital into the market, right? But instead of losing money learning how to trade, why not lose fake paper money? And then once you kind of understand how to trade more better with patterns and stuff like that, and you have a track record of success, then you could actually allocate your own funds into the market and start making money. There's no reason to be trading with money when you guys are fresh into the market. I'm not saying you are, but just in general. So BitGet's usually my favorite right there. If you guys want something that has a little bit more products, a little bit more advanced, a little bit more of a learning scale, so to speak, that's going to be KuCoin for you. KuCoin has a lot of products. It can just be overwhelming for new investors who have no idea the difference between spot, leverage, margin, all that type of stuff. KuCoin can be kind of fly over. The stuff can fly over people's heads sometimes. And hey, Sovereign Soul, glad I'm not one of those 7 million people. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel if, I got contacted and say, hey, you're no longer able to withdraw crypto from our exchanges here for the foreseeable future. And by the way, you said we can do this in the fine print of our very long terms and services agreement. They're most likely going to get sued. So I'm not entirely sure if Celsius is going to be able to survive this unless people don't do a run on the bank whenever they allow people to go back in there. Or they will have to secure a large enough loan, probably in the hundreds of millions, if not billions, before they open everything back up so they can kind of sustain all the levels there to not cause a massive rout on the bank, so to speak. Luna was able to get loans. A lot of good that did them. So we'll have to see. At least they're not pegged to a they're not aligned with a stable coin as far as I know. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't. If they're able to fix it, this could be a really good buying opportunity down the road. But this thing, I mean, here it's gone back up quite a bit. But just to show you guys what we just saw here, this is the daily chart. From like open to how low it went down like 75% within just a few hours, and now of course it's back up quite a bit. But yeah, here's the monthly chart. I don't know, that just doesn't look like something I'd really want to invest in for the long term. Unless they're somehow able to fix everything up. And even then, it might be a little bit more of a risky play there. So, be careful with it, guys. Just be very, very careful if you're hopping into Celsius. And for the rest of my life, I will never put money with that company. I will never put money with that company off of what I just saw here today. And hey, Dave6, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And hey, bye for downward we go. I mean, yeah, at this point, guys, we're headed downward. We broke down below a lot of supports over the last few days. That's why I told you guys this a few days ago. I'm still relatively new to YouTube. I've been doing it for like a year, but I still suck a lot, guys, at making thumbnails. But if you just read the video title, it should tell you what I'm trying to convey in the video. There's a lot of members videos I posted over the last few days. Forget about those unless you guys are members. But like a day ago, I said, if Bitcoin breaks this support, altcoins will crash hard. I guess I didn't have the hard in there at the very end. My point being, that level that we broke down below was the 8-to-1 Ganfin level, and we broke down below it, of course. And what happened? Altcoins are very much crashing a lot harder than expected, which is kind of interesting here. But then, of course, if you guys didn't care about the 8-to-1 Ganfin level, because I know a lot of people don't actually like watching or using Ganfins, or they don't know how to, perhaps, that simple breakdown pattern that we've been talking about as far as Bitcoin's been concerned, that was also something that, a lot of people were looking at as well, that pennant pattern here. But going back over to, we can go to GANs. Then let me open up one more over here. What other chart do I want to open up? Tutorials for channel is the other one. So the first of all, over here with the Ganfin levels. Oh, I was like, where are they at? Depending on how you're looking at this, our next level of support, according to this chart right here, for this week, is 23,302, and that's above the 200 weekly moving average. 23,302. Next week, that Ganfin level will be at 23,529. All right. So we may find a bottom right around here according to this Ganfin level. On the next Ganfin level over here, nothing we want to talk about because that's all the way at $13,000. Let's hope not. On this one, however, we have the 200 weekly moving average, and then below that for this week, these grids are not matched up with the weekly moves. Why is that? Interesting. Doesn't matter. We're looking at support around 20,180. I don't think we're going to hit that. I think if we run into this, it might be sometime in July, and then we might find a bounce, and that'd be off of a nasty wick for Bitcoin. Let me exit this chart very fast. And then, of course, this is simple moving averages. This is the exponential moving averages right here that we're breaking down below as well. Also having a death cross here, which is pretty interesting, right? The 20 with the 100 moving averages, death cross. 50 is about to cross down below the 100 eventually as well. Death cross there. The DEMAs, not too much important stuff happening with the DEMA moving averages. I know there's a lot of new people watching the stream today. Simple moving averages is SMA. Exponential moving averages is EMA. DEMA is double exponential moving average. It means the most recent candles are weighted even more than the exponential moving average. And TEMA is TEMA. That's triple exponential moving average. And that means the moving averages are weighted even more heavily to the most recent candles, okay? And the cool thing about the TEMAs is when they cluster up like this, you can usually expect a big move up or down. It won't tell you the way we're moving, but historically, bear market, give you a little bit of a hint. They just clustered up right here again, and now we're falling. Cluster up, going up there. Cluster right here, coming down. Cluster right there, going up. Cluster right here, eventually went down. And so forth here. Not so much of a cluster that I want to be using right there. Cluster right here, moved up. A little bit of a cluster right here, didn't move as much. So it doesn't always work out, but usually, like 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, when these bad boys cluster up, you can expect a nice little move here, and you can just see we are just getting freaking slammed right now, guys. Just freaking getting annihilated. Okay. And one thing here as well, we talked about, famine and all that good stuff, but where are the futures at right now? Because I want to see if the market is planning to open up in a really bad spot. That'll be good for some of our puts here. The Nasdaq is down 207 or 1.75. That's gonna be big for Bitcoin. S&P is down 1.3 or $50, and the Dow is down 0.94% or $295. So not that much there. The Nasdaq here, guys. The Nasdaq is what's getting slammed harder than anything else. So we'll have to watch it very, very closely. But going over here, this is actually something interesting as well. I totally forgot about this one. So here's another Ganfeng level. This is the 4-to-1 Ganfeng level using the lows of the 2021 bear market or bad times, crash. 4-to-1 Ganfeng level right here. It didn't really help us out too much right here, which is kind of annoying. Helped us out here off of a major move down. It helped us out here just a few weeks ago. And maybe we have a support level right here. And as I look at the daily chart, maybe we can have a reversal right there. Maybe. But, that support level would be at 24,620, which is less than $500 away from where we are now, like $400 away. Okay, so keep an eye on it. Just we'll be watching it very closely. It'll be fun to kind of see how this all pans out. Okay, let me see what's going on over here very fast. And hey, Darfta, happy to see you back, my man. I remember that little alien face thing anywhere there. And hey, Hector the dude, I'm buying and I'm putting in it straight to the staking. There you go. Might as well earn interest on your plays. What I'm doing here pretty soon, whenever we run into the 200 weekly moving average, and I'm kind of more confident about how inflation's looking, I'm actually going to do some longer leverage longs in Bitcoin market for the first time. So I'm going to try to have anything from a 2x to a 5x long on Bitcoin, and whenever it goes up, I'll be making some good money on those as well. But I'm okay with it going down in the short term here. And hey, Desser, Michael Saylor is dumping his Bitcoin. Is he? What the heck? Michael, but not my Michael. How do you spell Saylor? I don't know how to spell his name. Solar. There you go. Do you see anything here? I have no idea how to double check that type of information here. So let me go back to Michael one more time and Saylor. Let's see. Michael Saylor may get a leverage call, a margin called here if he doesn't have enough leverage to back everything up. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Michael Saylor gets margin called if Bitcoin goes down below 21,000. This would trigger a massive drop in Bitcoin and quite honestly be the end of crypto as we know it. It wouldn't be the end of crypto as we know it, not by any stretch, but that would take us down to maybe that 16,000 level of support we talked about on the very bad side of things, and possibly down to the 14,500 level, which is that big Fibonacci resistance level or support level, that we're going to be watching pretty closely here. And what's right here? Hey, Painted Egg. Happy to see you back as well. And hey, Conscious Investing. Broker to use what trade in short? Oh, I already said it before, but guys, I use a multitude of exchanges to trade. I would recommend for most of you guys to use BitGet or KuCoin. I have the links below if you want to try them out. If you guys only use Robinhood or Webull for your things, or even Coinbase, I would probably move over to one of these exchanges. They're just better, and it allows you to go from more of the investing type of guy who maybe makes little day trades here and there. It helps you make more calculated decisions. And one more thing here, guys, because I have to leave here in the next 8 minutes to go pick up my sister from a friend's graduation party. One of the things I'll let you guys know, if you guys go over to the video here and you go down to the description, I have a free trading journal for you guys. No email or sign up required. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for anything from you guys. Maybe a subscription, but that's something else. I have this trading journal for you guys, so you guys can start managing all of your trades a little bit more organized, in a more organized way. And the beauty of this one is it does have algorithms in here that kind of calculates all of your profits and losses and stuff like that. That's fun. But what it really excels at here is it actually has all these patterns. So as you trade and as you trade off of patterns, which is one of the reasons that I did that poll today, as you guys use these patterns on here, right, it'll put that pattern up here into this setup. There's nothing in there right now, so it's not going to show you anything. But it'll show you on pie charts and stuff like that which patterns you excel at trading and which patterns you suck at trading. And if you guys have that information, you guys will know where to actually put your money when you're making trades and where you should be spending more time practicing. And that way you guys aren't losing money on what data has proven is to be your weak spots in the market, okay? It'll save you a lot because people, I was once a new trader. I was very cocky and thought out trading was going to be very easy. And then I learned it was not after I lost like $5,000. So don't lose $5,000. Be smart. Don't fall, The only caveat to that is I have never met a full-time trader who has not lost a lot of money learning how to trade. Never. Like thousands of dollars usually is how much people lose before they get better. So don't be like me. Spend that time paper trading if you want to be smart. But I feel like nobody likes paper trading. We just like to go gung ho and make it till we fake it till we make it, and then we all by then you're broke. Let's see right here. And hey, Michael, the thing I've had trouble with is staying in that short and getting out too soon. I seem to get out too soon every time. If you feel like that's the problem, scale out 50% and then just let the rest of it ride a certain amount of days afterwards. You can determine if it's just 1-2 more days if you're a little bit more scared of the type of play, because nerves can get it to anybody. But just scale at 50%. That way you kind of feel a bit better about it. Like, okay, I've locked in some profits, and then from there, forget about it for a little bit of time. Not forget about it, just keep an eye on it. Move up the stop loss if that's what you care about. And then, if the price continues to go down, which it normally does, then you're going to be fine. Because if we go off of Bitcoin here, Celsius is kind of chilling out right now. If we go off of Bitcoin, we can actually just use this Bitcoin chart here. Let's go to the daily chart. So let's go over here. So we have the flag that... Why is it loading so slow? Okay, we have the flag we talked about over here, and we have the simple pennant that we talked about over here. Both are continuation patterns going in the direction of the breakout, right, or the market. So we came down, consolidation, continuing, down. Came down, consolidation, continuing, down, right? Well, if you look at it from a daily chart now, it always looks like, oh man, it's so easy to kind of look at it. But if you go over here, it's like a 15-minute chart, which is what a lot of us look at. At the time, we broke down, we came back up like we do quite a bit, and then we started going steady where it was like, uh-oh, maybe we're going to make a move back up, right? And the hard part is to hold during this period of time right there, because that's when most people like to take their profits. I used to take my profits right here and then just get really mad that we continued to go down and I lost out on all the profits going over here. So what I do is I tend to look at Fibonacci levels and short-term ones and even some Fibonacci extension levels, so like that. And I will say, hey, let's sell 10% of my position right here. Let's sell another 10% right here. Let's sell another 50% right here at the Ganfan level and see what happens after that, right? And then by here, guess what? I will have another opportunity to buy some a little bit later on. And guess what? Like, whoa, hey, look at this. We had a double top. A top, broke down below the neckline. You could easily take a short position right there, and you could ride it back down if you ever feel like you wanted to double down, right? So there are ways you can kind of mitigate that type of trading style. What I did is I just said, hey, instead of selling, instead of selling 100% right here, sell 50%. Let the rest ride on for a few days and see what happens. Comes down like, oh man, now next time, I only sell 40%. Next time I sell only 30%, and it gets better and better each and every time we do that, right? So, but that's probably that's a solid way that I have learned, and I feel more confident doing that over time by scaling out instead of just selling the whole position at once. Can help you out maybe too. And hey, Ruben, I sold the max and now have a lot of Doge, more than I dreamed thanks to this channel and my DD, but bears come out at night. LOL, someone let me know. Yeah, and hey, investing, check out KuCoin. It's very, very good. Please use my link if you can. It does support the channel. All the money I make from this channel, it's getting pushed back into this channel. I mean, like every single penny. And on top of that, it goes to all the live streams that I'm hoping to be running over the next few months. My plan is to be spending literally $1,200 a month on live streams for you guys that have all the technical analysis pre-done on 4-hour charts and possibly 1-day charts. So it'd be a Bitcoin 4-hour chart on the left-hand side, a Bitcoin 1-day chart, or possibly just a Bitcoin 1-day chart, something like that. So you guys can see the clear breakdown points and the clear breakout points depending on the chart. So that way you guys don't have to do as much technical analysis, or if you guys need help figure out where to put the lines in the right spots or Gann-Fan levels, stuff like that, you guys could use those videos as, hey, he started the Gann-Fan level at the 2018 lows, and he used the highs of the 2021 market, and then he just put down the negative 45-degree Gann-Fan levels instead of the positive 45-degree Gann-Fan levels. You know, that's the goal for this channel overall, but $1,200 a month is what it's going to cost to have all those streams. I think it's like 16 streams is what $1,200 pays for, or 1,200 divided by 50, because that's how much it costs per one stream per month. 24 streams, 24 streams. I wish I was better at math, but that's not the case. All right. And hey, Bardis, everything is crashing. Yes, it is right now. We've been talking about this for a few days now, and I'm happy to be right about this stuff, because I'm always going up against the Twitter crowd, and I'm like, hey. And I was a little bit bummed because, there's a lot of good YouTubers out there that do talk about crypto. Like if I go over here to Bitcoin, one of them that I really like a lot is Benjamin Cohen, like really, really good. But he made a video a while ago that took me by surprise. I don't know what it is. Like he's what I aspire my channel to be, but I want to have more of my personality in the channel. 2 weeks ago, 7 days ago. Bitcoin. He said primed for a June rally. That annoyed me because every technical said we were not going to have a great month, right? I thought we might have a good wick off, like a wick before the drop. But I was really surprised he did that video. And I am very self-conscious, kind of. So whenever I see a YouTuber that I like disagree with me, I'm like, oh man, am I really wrong about this? And he sees something I don't, because that guy's wicked smart. And I was like, whew, I was right. I was happy with it. But I think that's just because of understanding how bad the economy is. He goes purely off of what's happening on Bitcoin charts only, and maybe some dollar, the dollar index charts. I go off of what's happening with the economy, markets, global situations, famines, war in Ukraine. I kind of put all that into my calculations of how I see Bitcoin going, which is more work, not as much fun, of course, but that's kind of what gets me going to do all these types of talks and stuff like that. And A from Georgia. And Ed Tiberius, yeah, this is a 1 minute chart for Bitcoin on the left hand side, just to kind of see it moving up a little bit more. Okay. So Benjamin, yeah, he's really, really good, and that's why I don't like disagreeing with him much, because he's really, really good, right? All right. And hey, Alan, this is not because of AMC and GME, no. So hey, everybody, Bitcoin's having a little bit of reversal right now. I have to go pick up my sister from her friend's graduation party because her friend just graduated high school. I told her I'd pick up at 9, and it takes me half an hour to get there. So I will be leaving. If Bitcoin is continuing to crash when I get back home later on tonight, and Loki doesn't have to use a bathroom or anything like that, I will go live later on tonight if you guys are still awake. Chances are we may calm down here for a little bit. If you want to see that we're calming down, it's best to look for us to break above the 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart. That's usually a pretty good indication of us calming down just a little bit. That might take about another hour or so. So just so you guys know, okay? But I will see you guys a little bit later. Please make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow.